Hi and welcome to Add More Zest. My name's Rebecca and today I'm bringing you a messy craft room. Woohoo! Is there any other type? No, there is. Normally this craft room has a little bit more order to it than it currently does, but I did discuss in last Sunday's Whip and Waffle, provided I put this up before the next Sunday's Whip and Waffle. I did discuss the fact that my craft room needs a bit more of a sort out. Now, I am filming this as I've just finished filming my Heaven and Earth design Whip and Waffle. So it's not as tidy as it was probably yesterday. But I figured it's real life. Let's show you how crazy things can get in here. I have a very, very tiny craft room. It is just off my conservatory, which is our living space. We have a billy bookcase, or a couple of billy bookcases, a Kallax, my filming desk, my drafting table, etc. But I thought I'd give you a walk through a few key points, discuss a few things I do want to change, and then my primary details on my changes are going to be on my blog. So if you go to addmorezest.com, there is an Add More Zest blog, and I'm going to put bits up there, but then I will do a craft room tour when it's finished. Now, it is currently nearly 3:30 in the UK in winter, which means it's dark, so I do have the light on, or nearly dark. It's too dark to film without the light on. But yeah, to give you a brief rundown, so I do currently have a big pile of wadding or batting here. This is for my quilts, so it's not diamond painting related. There's a couple of quilt bits in here, but I do try to keep them in another cupboard. I also then have some big pieces of foam board for piecing up quilt bits on, my big quilt cutting mat, and then my small folding table that I do use when I want to sit on the couch and diamond paint. So they will all be staying there. I can't think of anywhere better that they can go, and I can shut the door on this craft room. We then have my drafting table. It has had Megan's painting kitted up on it. The only thing I've removed out this craft room before filming today is actually my completed chart to art winter painting, because it's a mystery. That was sat here. But yeah, this is Megan's painting. We're trying to keep it out for her on the motivation that she can finish it. It is a King's Path by Diamond Art Club. It's probably been ongoing for about a year. And then I do have a big AccuQuilt die. That again is for quilting, but it sits behind my easel that normally sits here. This is currently a work in progress. At the weekend, I had 2 tray storage units up on the wall, but at the weekend, hubby put 4 more up for me, sorry. So they do go up pretty much to the ceiling now. I have enough trays to fill 4 plus some of another one. So Catherine is in the process of having a rearrange for me. She's very good at putting them all in colour order and absolutely loves it. That's why I have a load of sets on the desk. She's currently taking photos for me for the shop actually, but anyway. So this is one of my to-do plans. So this is one thing that I do want doing. Part of it is done in the fact that it is up. I was only going to put 2 more up, but then I realised that I could fit 2 more, and I'd rather stand on the chair to grab a tray than have them take up space on the bookshelf, which I'll go through in a minute. So this is one thing that hopefully will have some nice pretty pictures soon, because Catherine's in charge. We then have on this wall, this is currently a painting that my son has in progress. He did some for a few days last summer, maybe. Hasn't touched it since. I need to ask him actually whether that's something he wants to do or not. And then I just have hung behind it a couple of quilting rulers. So yeah, normally this space is fairly clear, or it holds my easel, which is currently sort of propped on top of a few different things. I have some foam board because I need to make these little squares. When these little squares are here, you see, my trash tray fits in and hits the square, and my zesty tray fits in and hits the square, and they just sit beautiful. So yeah, that's why the foam board is here. Sorry, I have to sort of hold the camera. There's no way to prop it in this room, which is why I'm mainly doing the thing by blog. So yeah, so I have 2 pieces of foam board ready to cut some more squares for Catherine to do her thing. I have my cocktails painting, which I have done all the white, hence the reason my cover paper is sort of floating in some places. That is ready to try and do a marathon whip and waffle for Sunday. They're my diamonds for it. My special diamond painting that I kitted up at the same time is done. So that is hanging about waiting for all the diamonds to be put away. I basically tipped out the full colour of diamonds, did the full colour, and then just what was left I put in here just to keep hold of it until I could de-kit it. So this mess is not normally here. Normally looks a lot more organised. I also have a couple of drawers here. I just need to go through and sort these. This one tends to get used for grabbing some glue dots. Whatever tray I was using last tends to be in here, of which I currently have 3, so maybe I need to take them out for Catherine. I have some pens in here, tweezers, putty. I just need to go through and put everything away. And this drawer, maybe it needs something designated to it, who knows. Coming across next to, I still have my advent box with all its goodies in it. In fact, there's some more trays. Let's put them on the table for my daughter. I need to put that stuff away. I also then have all my diamond paintings, all my big diamond paintings. Ideally, I do want this a lot further back. So whether, as in less of them. So whether I have a sort out and a de-stash, I'm not quite sure yet. I then have 2 chart to art boxes. That is Spookmas that Megan's going to do, and Floral Surprise that I do want to kit up. Megan's current painting box and the tube that my Heaven and Earth design will go in, which I will put away. I put it away each week. I then have my cart, which primarily holds my paint gem and Megan's stuff. So really, it's my glorified paint gem holder and an extra work surface. So I can pull it out, put my diamonds on there. I then have a pegboard. Pegboard's not too bad, to be honest. Might need to tweak with a few bits. Those diamond dust drills need to go into my new storage, but that's not a big project. That's possibly a mini tidy up project near the end. I have my pen holder that's currently got all my new gifted pens over Christmas and a few others. So again, that's sort of bits that need tidying away. Contact adhesive, because before Christmas we did put a bit of soundproofing in. I do need to just find a home for that and possibly stick a couple of bits down that I didn't use a lot of adhesive on. I then have my paint gem drawers set. These need de-kitting, but the handles are on. So I picked up some cheap as chips handles from IKEA, but they needed the screw shortening so they wouldn't stick out. So now my bottles can actually all line up and the old plastic ones don't push the bottles out of the way. On top of this, funnels, grip mats, Sharpies. Again, that just needs a tidy up. Just needs a tidy up and sort out. Nothing major there. That's probably just going to be my last. Or maybe like I'll pull pens out of it when I'm sorting my pens, things like that. I've then got my hooks for my special diamond paintings, small square and small round diamond paintings. They're all fine there. They used to be on multiple different hooks, but they all really work well on one. I need to sort out my bookshelf. So this, I've shoved a couple of bits in there that were sitting on top of my tray storage, but I need to tidy this up with my little been gifted crochet type things. Maybe pass those die cuts on. They're from scrapbooking, haven't touched them in years. But yeah, that's my filming setup. So I've got my lights attached. Need to tidy up the wire that goes round from one light to another. Again, they're little things. That's my Heaven and Earth design that's out. That just needs to get rolled up and put back in away in the tube. My other pegboard, again, there's probably nothing wrong with that. I might put a few more bits on there. This plant, I might keep it here. I might hang it from the ceiling. Not quite sure. That's not any of my big messes. To go under my desk, I have AB diamonds, pouches, toolkits and special diamonds and washi tapes. That's all my diamond industrials at the moment. That's one of my projects I need to do. Square diamond painting, mainly paint gem diamonds, small round diamond paintings. I again don't have too many of them. May be able to combine them, give myself some more storage. Random bits, baggies, the diamonds for my son, for his. Yeah, oh, and my things for my 310 diamonds. So yeah, these are just more of a mini sort out than a major project. Smaller storage and extra bottles primarily come out of the paint gem storage rack. Then I have, this has got my extra diamonds for my next Heaven and Earth design project and Megan's diamonds. And then I have one for adhesive and one for other bits. Again, mini sort out, I think, on those. I have folders with my 30 by 40 paintings in. Possibly need to go through those. I then have what's become a bit of a dumping ground. So this has ended up with some toolkits in it and some of recent-ish unboxings. I either need to pass, I know I need to pass some of them on to a local care home. The activities coordinator is going to make use of quite a few of those bits, but then I possibly need to put some mystery kit things up on the website and maybe try and get rid of that corner a little bit. This corner is normally to hold my easel, my light pad and any paintings that are ready to unbox, i.e. Aura Lower, Diamond Art Studio, etc. that I need to unbox, and once they're unboxed they move to the right hand side. So yeah, I need to tidy up that hot mess at some point. And then if I can tuck myself into a corner, we have my mini bookcase, which I'm actually thinking I might move my storage from, so my diamond painting storage is on that bottom row. I might move some of that over here. This needs a whole rejig. So for my bookcases, on the top is diamond paintings that I've just recently unboxed, but they haven't been added to my logbook, and all the Christmas diamond paintings that I need to dekit, and some of the examples that I did of the small ones from the advent calendar. And then the mini sets are all completed, like they need to be dekitted, find a home, etc. That also needs dekitting, which is why it's down there. I think there's another diamonds box there. Does that one need dekitting? Yes, that's one of those. That needs dekitting. And I've got my logbooks. But yeah, on my big one, I've got all my paint gem sets, which I'm happy with those there. I've got completed diamond paintings on the top. I'm happy with those there. I did then have a big space that had my tray storage, which of course has now gone up on the wall. So I did have a mini reshuffle, and I've put my spares up the top. So that's the only pretty part of my craft room. Just so you know, that's my pretty part. Then I have, ideally I'd like to move this shelf up a bit, but it's the middle shelf, so I can't. I have some storage drawers that I currently use for cover paper. See, ideally I only want these too high, otherwise they move a bit. I have my gorgeous storage boxes from Kim, which also sit too high really nicely, which is why I want to rejig. So I want to make it so that I have cover paper maybe in one half, speciality cover paper in the middle. You know, if I actually put these like here, maybe got another two from Home Bargains and had diamond industrials in one half, cover paper in another half, and then use these ones for like Christmas, Valentine's. That's my initial thought. I just need to mess. Excuse me. So that's one. Then I need to find a home. This box is actually full of cards and things from cards and letters from my subscribers. And then I have my pen drawers with gifted pens, which I need to put some back / go through some, because some of those ones aren't gifted ones. Then I have the shop stock pens, so they're the ones that I should technically be using within stock trays, and then I have ones in the tops as well, which is why I want this shelf higher, so I can get to these. And then I have a couple of mega trays. So yeah, I need to work out what's happening with this. I then have extra spare diamonds, special diamonds, a trimmer and a couple of paint gem frames. So they need sorting. I then have a quilting shelf. So there's a couple of boxes there. They're the girls projects, girls quilting projects. Then I have a box with some scraps in and my AccuQuilt machine. And then I have my diamond painting storage. So that is pretty much what the craft room looks like at the moment. And if you see that mess over there, that is the dog's toys, just so you know. She has plenty. So yeah, I need to have a rejig. Ideally I want, of course, to be able to reach the things like my logbook, my spare storage, my cover paper on the fly when I'm filming. So I want that to be easily accessible. But I do also like, if I can, to have some sort of place to put things when they come in before they've been filmed, if that makes sense. Let me just try and stand at the other end of the craft room. Whew. Gets warm in there. So yeah, ideally I like to have some shelf, probably on these smaller ones, just because it doesn't need to be that big. Plus then it would be close to my unboxings. But for example, if a paint gem set comes in and I haven't yet filmed the unboxing, I like to have a shelf to put it on until it goes into its final home. I also, when I've finished a kit, like the one that's currently on the floor and the ones that are on the side, I want a place to put those until I've filmed the unboxing. Not unboxing, dekitting. So I like to have a shelf where I can put that. Sometimes it explodes, a bit like now. We've had the December event. I had a bit of time off in end of December, beginning of January. I have a lot of dekitting to do. So sometimes things explode a little bit, but on a normal, any other time of the year, one small shelf is enough. So that's one of the projects I want to do. So we've got trays is project, I'm going to say number one. They're not necessarily going to happen in this order, but trays needs to be a project. Sorting out cover paper over here is a project. Diamond dust drills is a project. Pens is a project. Now when I say project, it's possibly one of the quicker ones. It is gathering them up, putting them away, but I have limited myself to 2 pen storage tubs. No more are allowed in. I don't have the space, so that's it. So I need to sort those. So that's a project. Sorting out where things are going to sit on the bookcases is a project. That's probably just going to involve me sitting on the floor and doing a lot of rearranging until I go, I'm happy with where they are. And yeah, maybe I could move, now I'm thinking about it, maybe I could move this shelf that is movable up to here, possibly. I need to check my levels, but if I have those sat underneath these, it's not going to be as pretty. They're getting a bit of prime real estate, which they don't really need. Maybe I could see if something else would fit there. But if I put a shelf here and then have my cover paper with prime real estate and my pens with a bit bigger amount lower down, so they have prime real estate, pens and cover paper, maybe. I need to have a mess. This is what I end up doing, you see. My brain started ticking now. So yes, bookcases is a project. Kallax is possibly a project. I do think things possibly need designated homes. They're going to work a little bit better, especially for like toolkits and things and places for me to store those. Though maybe if I clear out that tub, I can just chuck toolkits in there. And then I need general tidy up of things. So yeah, do stay tuned on the blog. I will put updates on there, try and put before and after pictures, and describe anything maybe that I did, maybe put links to where I got things if I can. And then I will film a craft room tour once it is all done. Don't ask me how long that will be. But maybe I'll film a craft room tour when it's all done, where you'll see the final things, like maybe that shelf, like decorating that shelf is probably more of a final thing, and tidying up these drawers and things. Hopefully some of that will happen as I go. I do want to sort of potter in and out of here. I have been watching, there's a couple of people on YouTube I've been watching that have sort of given a couple of hints and tips. One is Clutterbug. Always love watching Clutterbug. I am definitely more of a butterfly in my craft area. I like to see things, i.e. pretty trays. Not in my house, but I do in my craft room. But one thing she said that resonated with me is organise your containers for your space. So I have containers on my Kallax. Organise your containers for your space, and then that's your limit to what you can fill. So I need to determine what is going in each thing, and then that is the limit that I can have. And if I need to have less, then I need to have less. I need to determine with my diamond paintings if that is the case. That's a big question I need to ask myself. Do I only keep diamond paintings up until they reach the Kallax? Or, and this is another thing, or do I have a bigger container space for them? And do I actually sort out so I could potentially have either one manufacturer down this side and another one down that side? Or do I have rounds and squares? You know, do I have that sort of space for the two of them, and then that's my limit? That's a question that I'll be asking myself. With pens, I've already determined that this is my limit on pens. I have the two. So I am going to sort that. That will probably be quite an easy sort because I am limited by space, which is why it works. So yeah, I'm going to do that. I may even limit my extra spares. I'm actually tempted to just see if anybody wants them and potentially just get rid of those boxes altogether and have my limit being these, because that is enough, and my craft room is too small. So yeah, bear in mind that's one thing. Another person I have enjoyed watching, if you're planning on doing a craft room sort of along with me, and I am going to try and put a few of these tips in my blog post. So while I have projects of things I want to organise, there are other steps I do want to do first, is Dana White's. Hers is a no mess method. I'm quite an organised person. I'm not sure if no mess is going to work for me, but maybe I'll give it a go. But yeah, she does some 1 hour no mess things. I've binge watched those videos recently. But one thing she does always think is, where would you go looking for this? Now, because I am working in one room that doesn't tend to have, it's not collected a load of stuff that doesn't belong here, I'm not sure how well her method would work for me, but it might work for me on the basis of the first step is anything that's rubbish. So come in and get any rubbish or trash, depending on what you want to call it. So I may come in and get anything that's rubbish, and I may come in and get anything then that's donation. So anything I know I don't want in this room at all, and it's not something that I'm keeping. So maybe donation or things that I'm going to put in the shop for giveaways or something. Just, yeah, go through that. I'm completely rambling now. But there are a few things that I'm going to have in my head. I've used Dana's method quite a lot in the house over the last week. Not so much decluttering or having a trash bag, but more of a noticing things that are just out and shouldn't be, and going, where would I look for this if I wanted it, and going and putting it away. I've been doing a little bit of that. So if you want to join in, then do check those two people out. I do find them very interesting to just watch, even if I'm just watching them tidy somebody else's space. And get yourself a bin bag or a trash bag, whatever you want to call it, and pick up any rubbish that you can see. I did actually do a clear out of rubbish the other day before we put these shelves up, but it's always a very, very good start. And yeah, let me know any aspects maybe that you do want to see. I say I'm going to try and blog most of it, and try and talk you through it once it's done. As you guys know I can talk. So yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. Thank you so much for watching my different kind of video. I do apologise for a lot of the angles. They're very weird. But at the moment, my craft room is a bit of a mess. It was worse the other day. But I had to clear my desk to be able to film. So it got a little bit better. Anyway, I will speak to you all again soon.